You know, people always ask me if, actually, I'm not gonna start with that because that's just absolutely, not true. People always start with that statement there. People always ask me, and they go on like as if and they're usually people that are just waffling on, talking on things that they haven't even done, completed, and so on and so forth yet. So I'm definitely not going to say that, but it's just so funny. I remember the great mentor David Imitier breaking that down and really making us all laugh so much over that. We was all laughing, you know. People say people always ask me, you know what I mean? Like they've got thousands of people asking them the question. If they're asking you the question, then, you know, if they were all asking you that, then they're all really lost because at the end of the day, they ask questions that they don't really get to the full, to the bottom of by asking that particular question. What they do is they just tend to drift off on some other direction, and the people who are basically I'm saying that people always ask me, let's keep it real, nobody ain't asking them nothing like that. Okay. People will ask questions, but they don't always ask the same question. So yeah, I just wanted to say that in the name of the Most High, the highest, you all have different names for the Most High. Yeah. And people always ask me, what is the name of the Most High? Yeah, I say, well, the Most High is whoever the Most High is to you. The Most High is the highest. That's all I know, is that the Most High is the highest. Um, Most High means the most highest. So the simplest and the shortest way to say it is the highest. Does that make sense? Yeah. So there are several names from different cultures. Every culture has a different name for the Most High. Every culture has a different name and for the beings that exist around the Most High as well. We we have the Anunnaki, the Nomos, the Elul, the Elohim, the Netiru. Yeah, we have the eight Ogdos, the nine Enneads, the 24 elders, the Riskians, the Etherians. We have many different levels of beings, and they all have a role and they all play part of the major role, which is to take part in the balancement of the the multi, the metaverse that exists, because there's beings on all levels, in all forms of existence, at all frequencies, on all frequencies, developing, growing, and yeah, they're all out there to better themselves too. It continues on. If you're in that zone, if you're in that realm, then you're out there doing what you have to do to better and take yourself to a higher level. So they're all mixing with each other on that plane, and they all have to also do what they're doing on that plane, to actually reach a higher state of being. So we're on this physical plane, yeah, and on Earth, and we're doing what we're doing here. Many people have no clue here. This is why we're the most lost, but yet have the most potential of all the different realms, nearly all the different realms in existence. So I would say to you, it's definitely it's a personal thing, but if you're aware, it's a global thing. Not a global, I mean, it's a worldly thing. Sorry. Yeah. If you're not aware, it's a worldly thing because there's too much water has passed under the bridge as far as being lied to, as far as being misinformed is concerned. Yeah. There's people that tell you about false information, or false media, or what does he call it again? Or what does Donald Trump call it again? Yeah, fake news. That's it. Fake news. You know, yeah, there's fake news out there on different levels. We ain't got time for that. But guess what? In amongst what they're calling the fake news, there's reality that that the people who are telling you it's fake are perpetrating to make you believe that what's fake is what's real is fake, when actually what's real, what they're telling us is real is fake, and what's fake is actually real. This is not even a joke, because the level that these people are under, and all of the things that have been kept away from the masses of people, and only kept in the hands of maybe 1 or 2% of people, it's blasphemous. It's on another level. Some of it we can't deal with right now because it's not on the level of the overstanding that you can deal with. Okay, I say overstanding, not understanding. It's not on the level you can deal with. It's on a much higher, supreme level, that where there's no emotions involved. Yeah, you can be a highly emotional being, but yet not have any emotions when it comes to dealing with death, dealing with the death of someone else or something else. Yeah, to get to what you have to get to destiny wise. So this is deep. There's many different levels. We're not going into that right now. I'm just touching on that just to show you. But hey, vibrations, man. Vibration is everything. You know, the way my voice has turned out from the time I was 15, 16 to where I am now. Okay, I'm in my 50s. um you know, it's a whole nother level. Yeah, and my 60s is where I'm going, and where I'm at, and I'm really bringing out the best of all of my life to where it is now, so that I can manifest and bring about something that's going to be appealing, because I want to help as many people as possible. So with that, I've got over 20 years, 25 years of teaching, and with that, you know, you begin to understand the way you need to communicate with people. You learn, you know, there's trial and error, and there's, you know, the trial is the hardships that you have to face when you're dealing with not understanding how to operate um, amongst certain people, not picking up the energy that's in the room, and then utilizing that energy, or actually steering the energy so that you can get what you need to get out of it, which is to basically impart information and not knowledge and wisdom, understanding, or just simply, you know, um, reel off what you have to give, what you've been told to give, and the level of where you can really get into the higher levels and actually get everybody, even though they are on many different levels of understanding. And that's when that is real understanding, the level that some of them are on, and take them all to a slightly higher plane, and then take them from that point onwards. How you do that is firstly by bigging them up. What we say in the trade, big them up, make them feel good about themselves, make them feel that they are 100% special. If you can do that, if you can achieve something like that, you are really on the way to becoming a good speaker, a person that can actually get across the point that you really came to give. You know, like my Supreme Grand Master, um, Dr. Malachi Z. York, is a person that will show you that when he's ready to give you information, no one can touch the level of information that he can give you, because he's vibrating on a way higher level than most normal people can actually do. The most normal thinking people that don't have control of their mental faculties. Um, so that's a topic that I can go into at a later date, because you know, I'm just going to talk about where we're going, where I want to develop myself and what I want to impart on you from what I have seen from the level of knowledge that I've acquired in relation to great people like him and many others around. There are so many. Um, and you know, you have to really gather it all in your particular way, your own way to um, make sense of it. You know, it could be nonsense, but no, it's not nonsense. Yeah, but even nonsense is still a sense. Even nothing, there is still a thing in nothing. There's no thing in nothing. And for there to be no thing, something had to be created. That's another story. So I would say that yeah, this is what's going on. This is really what um, the level that I would like to take you on, because wow, there's so many levels to what's going on Earth right now that um, it has to be taken in small doses to actually get it and hopefully cover all the bases of the information that you know at the level that you're at the level that you um, can disseminate information that I'm giving you. Yeah, you may that be on this level, maybe way above it, but you know, at the end of the day, like I said, we all put information out, so it's only for the people who really want to get, who really want to understand things to get to a level where they can begin to overstand things. Like the word understand and overstand in itself is giving you a clear new angle, a new ether, a new narrative of what the actual English language is that we speak, because it's been put together to actually mislead. It's been put together to break down, to pretend that it's breaking down words, but really not to give you the essence of what that word is. Because the first thing people want to do when they hear a word that is not English is try to break it down, make it smaller, and give it a nickname. Yeah, Nick, from old Nick, from the devil, from the disagreeable being. They want to change something that has power, like Utna Fishtin. You know, they'll just call in, hey, fish, man, how you doing? Or, you know, ut. Or, you know, they'll find some other little short way to say something that you're supposed to say the entirety of the word so that the vibration comes out of your mouth. So these are the things that happen, especially in this country, but there's other countries, America do that too. Yeah, but it's not really about that. No, because a name means something. And when people say to me, call me Dan, it is usually close friends, but sometimes it's strangers, and I'm like, really? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you know, by the way, my name is Daniel. When I get a chance, when they finish speaking, I'll say, by the way, my name is Daniel. It's not Dan. You know what I'm saying? And then they go, oh, sorry. And then they, then attempt to call me by my name. Some of them don't make it because they can't even remember where they're on or where they're at. But at the end of the day, hey, I'm not even blaming or looking on anything they have to say. I'm just showing that the vibration of the name Daniel is one thing, which is not even said correctly. It should be Danuel. It should be three syllables. Danuel. Okay. And then that then actually has a meaning. Now, Daniel has a meaning, and funny enough, both of them relate. They both relate from the two sides of where they sit, and the meaning of where but the fact that the name is Daniel and vibrationally Danuel is the essence and the full way to say the name. They actually both mean the same thing, but from two different sides. So it shows you that regardless of what, it's like chemist and chemet. Yeah, chemist is a place where we in England we don't call it a drugstore, we call it a chemist. And you go to a chemist and you can get your drugs, you get your prescribed pills from your doctor, from the hospital, so on and so forth. And what are they doing? they're doing alchemy or alchemy, but they spell it CH. Yeah, they spell chemist with a CHEMEST, whatever. Yeah, and then you have chemet, KHEMET, met, or so on and so forth. I'm sorry if I get the spells wrong. I'm just want to keep my train of thought and keep moving with what I'm saying. But the fact is that these guys, they don't realize it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Um, so the alchemists, they were turning lead into gold in Kemet, which is another word for Egypt, which is a corrupt name of Tamaray or Egypt or um, yeah, Kemet, right? So they were turning lead into gold. Yeah, they had the ability and the technology to do that. Um, so that is a form of chemistry or chemistry, um, and the people and the people in the pharmacists or pharmacies or the drugstores, as you call them, or we call them chemists, um, or pharmacies. They're taking pills and putting these different things together. Okay, they come from outside, they put them together, put them in bottles, and they hand it to you like it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same black magic or the voodoo or the witch doctor, except that um, it's the official witch doctor. It's official. So it's a different, it's coming from a completely different place where they're telling us what's correct and what's right and what we should be taking from what we shouldn't be taking. Oh, you don't want to go to those voodoo people. You don't want to go to those kind of people. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. There's two sides. Some people call it the matrix. Yeah. There's two sides to all of that. So let's see if we can break down some of it. All right. Then there's ways to break it down. Um, and that's going to happen more as we move on. Um, yeah. So I will keep a chronological, what you call, take on all of what I hope to put across to you. All right. So yeah, um, I'm finding these different places to put my videos, to put my camera. So I'm trying this spot for a while, but it may change. Okay. So listen, with love, respect, peace, and blessings to you. We will meet again. Bless.